Over 100 years ago, Marconi invented the radio and chose Essex as the base for his groundbreaking telecommunications and engineering operation. He set up his wireless telegraph and signal company in Chelmsford, today one of the UK's newest cities and home to advanced manufacturing companies and the cutting edge of technology, which are following in Marconi's footsteps. The city plays a vital role in the heart of Essex, providing homes, jobs, shopping, healthcare, education, leisure and recreational opportunities for those in the county and beyond. It is part of a growing county which has ambitious plans for jobs and housing in the next 20 years as the business legacy of Marconi continues. As a driver of the regional economy, Chelmsford needs a sustainable transport network to match it if it is to properly facilitate future development and economic growth. In addition to people commuting to and within the city, strategic road and rail links are crucial to Chelmsford's continuing to be an attractive base for people commuting into and out of London. That is why, having secured nearly £218 million in funding from the government's Housing and Infrastructure Fund, plus £34 million of other funding from the South East Local Enterprise Partnership and developer Countryside Zest, Essex County Council is behind a transformational road and rail upgrade. Being delivered in partnership with the City Council and in collaboration with Network Rail, this takes the form of a new railway station at Bewley and a northeast bypass of Chelmsford. Together, they support the creation of over 14,000 new homes in the Chelmsford to Braintree corridor, including a proposed new garden village, with sustainable developments in North East Chelmsford, Broomfield, Great Leys and Great Notley. Because of infrastructure constraints in the city centre, continued economic growth also relies on accessible development of these areas, incorporating sustainable transport such as park and ride buses and cycleways. The station and bypass support this by creating a location that is well connected to Essex and London, as well as the east and southeast of England. Residents will be able to travel to jobs in Chelmsford, commute to London and across Essex by rail, as well as along the A12, A130, A131, A120 and M11 corridors by car and public transport. And businesses in Chelmsford and Braintree will benefit from a wider pool of labour. Bewley is set around the majestic New Hall School, which was formerly King Henry VIII's Tudor Palace, and is seen as a vibrant new district for Chelmsford. It will support some 2,500 additional jobs and generate a near £250 million economic boost once the station is fully constructed and operational. With frequent trains to London, the new station will relieve the reliance on the existing Chelmsford station while reducing car journeys into the city. 40 minutes from Liverpool Street, its construction will also include cycleways, pathways, bike storage, public transport links and of course car parking. New tracks will enable fast trains to pass straight through, overtaking stopping trains. Meanwhile, the 8-kilometre bypass will take traffic to and from the new station and associated housing developments. The road will run between the A12 and the current A131, connecting to Boreham via a new privately funded link road, bridge and roundabout. This will be complemented by Highways England's A12 junction 19 to 25 improvements. The bypass will relieve congested traffic on local roads and provide a strategic link between Chelmsford, Braintree, London Stansted Airport and wider parts of England, including South Essex and the planned Lower Thames crossing. The bypass starts in the south with a new single carriageway at the northern end of Bewley Park. Heading north, the road passes the proposed Chelmsford Garden Village before crossing Bull's Lodge Quarry, which will be restored as part of the work. A new roundabout will be built here to connect to future roads, constructed as part of the Garden Village. Under the wider master plan, the development will provide further east-west connections for pedestrians, cyclists and vehicles over the bypass. And the design of the road will allow for future widening to a dual carriageway. After the quarry, the bypass will cross 3 rural roads with 2 new bridges to maintain connections for the local community. At this point, the road is in a cutting to help hide it within the natural environment before once again running on an embankment. 2 laybys will be built here along with a pedestrian connection to maintain public rights of way. The route then connects into the existing A131 via a new roundabout which will continue local access. North of the roundabout, the A131 from Chatham Green to Deers Bridge roundabout, south of Great Leys, will become a dual carriageway, the same as the Great Leys bypass to Braintree. To do this, 2 new southbound lanes will be built, while the existing road will form the northbound lanes of the dual carriageway. A new bridge for pedestrians, cyclists and horse riders, along with a dedicated off-road cycle route, will be constructed, and existing bus routes will be maintained. Travelling from the north, it will be up to 12 minutes quicker to drive to the new station rather than Chelmsford, and the city centre will benefit from reduced traffic going into Chelmsford station, as well as other motorists using the new road. Overall, the bypass enables a fundamental reassessment of the way key routes into the city centre are used. As vehicles take to the bypass, the existing A130 Essex Regiment Way will cater for centre-bound motorists only, with further use of the Chelmer Valley Parker Ride, removing as much traffic as possible from the city centre. To the south, the route into the city will be prioritised for buses, with improved bus priority measures already being provided as part of the Chelmsford City Growth Package. And the Broomfield Road corridor becomes a route for sustainable transport, used by residents and those accessing Broomfield Hospital. Currently, the city centre roads are at near capacity at peak times, and these new improvements will keep transport moving. The existing A130 between the Boreham Interchange and the A131 was originally built in the 1980s. It needs to be fit for purpose, particularly as Chelmsford continues to grow, catering for increased walking, cycling and public transport. Chelmsford Station, meanwhile, is the busiest 2-platform station outside of London, with 8.5 million passenger trips per year. Beaulieu Station will relieve crowding at Chelmsford and act as a transport interchange to encourage sustainable travel by bus, cycle, electric vehicles and on foot. Since the days of Marconi, Chelmsford has become a premier commercial centre, with 15,000 residents commuting to London each day and almost as many travelling into the city. Its £3 billion local economy is thriving, supporting 85,000 jobs now and an expectation of 725 new jobs each year to 2036. Economic forecasts predict that the contribution the Chelmsford economy makes to the UK will reach £5 billion by 2035. And the new railway station at Beaulieu, with connections to London and East Anglia, together with the new bypass improving road connections to the A12, M11 and A120 corridor, will help Chelmsford make this stronger economic contribution to Essex, as well as the east and the southeast of England and the UK.